principles are common in every economy activity in daily routines. In simple terms, what is meant by economic principle refers more to a person effort to obtain maximum result with suffering surface of certain result with the small effects. In everyday life, there are many examples of economic principle, even than simple exchanging money for a pack of candy. So, what exactly are economic principles and what are their goals? Come on, see explanation below. Understanding economic principle. The definition of economic principle is a guide in economic activity which refers to effort to obtain a rational comparison between effort and result. In carrying out economic activity, everyone wants to obtain maximum profit with minimal efforts. Therefore, economic principle emerges in everyday life. The main concept of economic principle is to explain that nothing is truly free. Every good or service requires retribution for what is given. This means what someone must buy or do something is exchange for the goods. At least in every day of economic activity, starting for production, distribution, and consumption. Objective of economic principle as explained per the definition above. The aim of economic principle is to exchange a rational comparison between that effort undertaken and the result obtained. Simple put, the goal of economic principle to maximize profits and minimize loss.
Economic principles, definition, types, characteristics, and applications. Economic principles are applied in three different activities, namely production, distribution, and consumption. Economic principles are also used as a guide in minimizing the risk of loss and achieving rational comparisons with the main goal of getting the greatest profit and the least loss. Get to know the definition, characteristics, and principles of economics and its application in daily life below. In principle, economics is used to meet unlimited demand with limited resources. Economic principles can also mean choices made by consumers and the factors and behaviors that influence these choices. These consumers can be any person, company, organization, or government agency that uses services or products with the aim of meeting their needs. Consumers as people who will only use the product without reselling it to certain parties. The benefits of economic principles themselves include optimizing existing resources to obtain maximum profit, minimizing the risk of loss or damage, achieving the desired level of prosperity, achieving work results that are guaranteed in quality to meet the level of satisfaction of economic actors. To better understand the existing economic principles, the book Principles of Economics by Case Fair can be used as a reference by Grams, which contains a basic understanding of how the market economy works and much more. Types of economic principles. The principles of economics themselves are divided into three, namely 1. Consumer economic principles. Consumers are parties or people who use services or products with the aim of meeting their needs. Consumers will only use the product without reselling the products they buy to certain parties. The role of consumers themselves is very important. Without consumers, all supply chains will not run, therefore consumers are the key to the sustainability of a product. Consumers also play an important role in creating an increase in a country's national income. Indonesia, with a population of more than 280 million people, relies heavily on consumption from local consumers to increase economic turnover. Some principles that consumers need to pay attention to when applying economic principles include prioritizing goods or services to be purchased by considering their benefits first, prioritizing basic needs, because consumers should only choose goods and services that are truly important and needed. Avoiding a wasteful and extravagant lifestyle by buying goods at prices they can afford. Choosing goods with the best quality. Bargaining when buying goods or services to get the best price. Comparing expenses and income so that the peg is not bigger than the pole or the amount of expenditure is greater than the amount of income. 2. Economic principles of producers. Producers are often interpreted as entrepreneurs who produce goods and services, including professional makers, wholesalers, suppliers, and retailers, namely any person or agency that plays a role in providing goods or services until they reach consumers. The production process carried out by the producer itself aims to add value to goods or create a new object that is useful to help meet the needs of many people. Examples of economic principles for producers themselves include producing goods that are widely sought after and needed by the community. Adjusting the amount of production with the amount of demand. Finding raw materials with the best quality but at prices that are still affordable. Having employees or human resources who are experts, skilled and disciplined. Determining the place of manufacture of goods or services that is close to the source of raw materials and also close to the marketing place. Using appropriate technological tools so that it is more efficient, economical, and environmentally friendly. 3. Economic principles of distributors. Distributors are people or groups that distribute a product to the end consumer. Distributors are also parties who buy products from producers in finished form without any process of change or modification to then be distributed to consumers, either directly or through retailers such as stalls, shops, supermarkets, and others. Distributors also play a role in storing goods or services for a certain period of time before distributing them to other traders or consumers. It is no wonder that many distributors have temporary storage warehouses for the goods they sell. Distributors play a very important role in distributing goods and services from producers so that they reach customers, both retailers and directly, so that producers can focus on monitoring the continuity of production, as well as the quality of the goods. For customers, distributors make it easier for them to get or buy the goods and services they need. Economic principles that must be considered by distributors include the use of good distribution channels also seeks economical transportation. Distributors can distribute goods and services from producers to consumers quickly, accurately, and cheaply but still get maximum profit. In determining actions, a distributor must know the most effective and efficient way to be able to deliver goods and services from producers to consumers. Classification of goods or services, namely the activity of sorting products according to type, size, and quantity before reaching consumers. Distributors should also pay attention to the purchasing power of the community or the purchasing power of their target market. Promotion. Distributors also have a promotional function, namely to help introduce goods or services to consumers. They must provide good service in order to be able to get maximum profit. Distribute goods on time and carefully, so that there is no damage to the goods being delivered. Characteristics of economic principles. The purpose of the economic principle is of course to get the maximum profit possible, but by minimizing losses due to certain mistakes. In addition, the economic principle also aims to prevent excessive consumption, and only use the abilities that are owned. Here are the characteristics of the economic principle that you need to know. Act rationally, always think using common sense without involving emotions and lust before carrying out economic activities or actions. Act economically, carrying out an economic activity with careful planning and through careful calculations. Acting economically makes a person able to meet various life needs and avoid wasteful or extravagant habits. Act thrifty, buying goods or services only according to what is needed. Making a priority scale, fulfilling all X.